Chainlink, time for an update. We're going on the weekly chart because that's where the bigger moves are going to happen. So what's the specific level that we need to be watching? I'm glad you asked. It's basically cut out all the BS, and until we can close above the 21-week EMA, that's plain and simple. Either wait for a flush down and buy for the long term and not care what it does in the middle, or you wait until we close above the 21-week for at least 1 week, preferably two double weekly candles confirming that close. So why the 21-week? Well, look at the chart. We've closed above it once in 2022. That is the sign. It's not the end all be all, but is the sign that the tides are shifting back towards bull. So until then, hands off is the best scenario, right? Or a flush, right? If Bitcoin capitulates down to whatever K, and you see Chainlink at prices you never thought you'd see again, then yeah, you'll probably better accumulate there. Or if you want to be super safe, it's the 21-week, the yellow line, right? I probably should have mentioned the yellow, right? You're probably like, which line, Chase? So we've had a couple tests, right? We've tested 3, 4, 5, really 5 weeks testing the 21-week, but no closes. The last time we closed above the 21-week is January, the first week of January of 2022. We're quite possibly going to surpass 1 full year without even touching closing above the 21-week EMA. So let that sink in. But what trend are we in now? Should we buy or sell? Well, like I said, we're in a sideways trend, also known as a congestion area, also known as a rectangle. Those are the hardest and most difficult to profit from. Your best bet is to wait for a break, like I said, to the downside of flush, or a break above, right? So that really, if you want to be super safe and, wait until we get above the EMA 34 in the orange, that would also likely, clear the top of this rectangle. Would likely clear the top of a lot of things, right? Bigger things. And we might even see that 200 week by the time we get to it, right? Could be February, who knows when, but that's around the $10 mark. I would expect around $10 Link would start to flip much more bullish once we get above that level. We've also tested 3 times trying to get above $10 with not being successful each of the 3 times. So those also coincidentally were the times that we tested the 21-week, tried to get above the 21-week, tried to get above the 21-week, and all 3 times rejected yet again. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Maybe you're a little bit more focused on the day-to-day, which on Chainlink, it's kind of a boring chart as of now. So because of that sideways trend, but if you want to know like what is our daily moving average, you focus on the daily picture. The blatant line in the sand should be that 200-day EMA. So watch that, and then you can zoom out to the weekly, and then maybe get some better traction. But until then, just you're in the static noise zone, right? It's just accumulation zone, sure. If you're in the long term, sure. But otherwise, wait for the 200-day, and then zoom out to the weekly. Now, let's go look at some weekly indicators and see if we have anything going there. What do we have? Well, you could argue that maybe you have some little bit of a bullish divergence on the OBV. This is the on balance volume. I would suggest you add that to your charts if you don't already. But if you're finding it confusing, like, well, I don't really see it. It looks more sideways than not. I don't know where to measure from. Put it on the closing chart, right? You just click the closing, and you probably don't have that at the top of your chart. You have to add it. You can just add it to the bar style and just star it. If you don't know how to do that, there you go. So you can use all of these, right? Heikinashi candles, the line, which focuses on the closes, and then your traditional Japanese candlesticks. Those are the 3 I use. You can use whatever the hell you want. But so if you're wanting to add it to the closing price, right, it's much easier to see divergences because look at your indicators. They're all lines, right? So why would you look at your candlestick chart and then try to farm a divergence on a line chart, right? Just switch it to line. Stupid easy, right? And then you would see that you want to take from the same time period, right? You see your cursor here. So if you go from here and you're looking at this one now, the OBV, right? So we're looking at from that kind of bottom point of view right here. and then you draw an uptick, right? So if you're doing it, let's do it properly. Let's not do it lazy, right? So we're going from there, and then you draw it to wherever your closing price is now. So now you might see that there's no divergence, right? You might say that, there is a little bit, this it looks like OBV is maybe going up a little bit stronger, but not really, right? So if you want to prove some people wrong on, divergences, put it on your closes on any time chart. You can switch to daily if you want. And then you measure from the same position and then put it where it currently is. And that's how you get your proper divergence lines. So a lot of people do that very incorrectly. But let's look at another big indicator that I love for Chainlink for any coin. The ADX, average directional index, is shown in the orange, and that is showing you the trend. Which way is the trend, kids? Down. The trend is down with no signs of life, right? Down. And then your DI, which is positive and negative, that shows you who's in charge of said trend. The bears are in charge. They're on top. And the bears are in charge in a big way because it's showing nothing but down. So that is all the more reason to be a little bit more hands-off, at least for Chainlink, at least for now. But I'll wrap it up there in an effort to keep this as short and sweet as possible. Hopefully you found that a little bit helpful. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know what coins you want to see next. I got a list because I asked in the last video. Y'all gave me a bunch of coins that you want to see covered, so I will cover them. I have them written down very sloppily right here, and I will get to them. So if you requested a video in the last one, I will get to it, I promise. And if you want to see a coin, let me know in the comments on this video, and I will make it. I'm here for you to get you better. So this is the time, right? You learn now for the next bull run, so you don't piss it away again. Like we probably all did this time, okay? We're going to get better, sharpen our skills together, and to the moon.